Kindly raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, General Leonardo D. Guerrero,
Having been appointed to the position of,
having been appointed to the position of Chief of Staff Armed Forces of the Philippines,
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will and faithfully
that
discharge,
I will and faithfully discharge,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
the duties of my present position,
the duties of my present position,
and of all others I may hereafter hold under the Republic of the
and
Philippines.
of all others I may hereafter hold under the Republic of the Philippines.
I will support and defend the Constitution of the Philippines,
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the Philippines.
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
that I will obey the laws, legal orders, and decrees promulgated by the duly constituted authorities of the Republic of the Philippines.
That I will obey the laws, legal orders, and decrees promulgated by the duly constituted authorities of the Republic of the Philippines.
And that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily without mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
And that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily without mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
So help me God.
So help me.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. May we now invite the family of General Guerrero to join the President and General Guerrero on stage for the photo-taking opportunity. Thank you very much. Kindly exit to your right. Thank you. We shall now proceed with the oath taking. For our other oath takers, kindly stand as the President administers your oaths of office.
May babae. Ano? Ladies and gentlemen, this is your oath of office. Raise your right hands and repeat after me. I state your name. Having been appointed to the position of, solemnly swear that I will and faithfully discharge, to the best of my ability, the duties of my present position, and of all others I may hereafter hold under the Republic of the Philippines. That I will support and defend the Constitution of the Philippines. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I will obey the laws, legal orders, and decrees promulgated by the duly constituted authorities of the Republic of the Philippines. And that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations. You deserve your, alam mo yung, congratulations and more power to you, gentlemen and ladies. Yung I was met by the protocol and said na hindi na ako kailangan magsalita kasi nag-command conference tayo kahapon. Well, that is for those who attended. For those who did not, I still have to say, maraming salamat sa serbisyo ninyo sa ating bayan. And in behalf of the Filipino people, as an elected official, I am extending my warmest congratulations for your rise in your careers to be where you are now. Kailangan ko magsalita kasi kausapin ko. I cannot just go directly na mag-uwi ako doon walang... ang akin lang is that I ask of you, I plead of you to remain loyal to the flag and to the Constitution. Yan lang ang hinihingi ko sa iyo. I discourage yung personal loyalties. Nothing about that for me also. Akin lang is, alam ninyo ang tama, alam ninyo ang mali. So there's the Constitution to guide you. And if at all, it is really the document that binds us all. Alam mo, ganito yan eh. Bisaya ako. From Danao, Cebu. Ang lola ko, Maranao. But my grandfather was a Chinese, pure lam. So, iba, Ilonggo, Waray, Lucano, o Igorot, Pagobo, we do not speak the same dialect. We do not even share the same menu sa pagluluto. Itong mga Bisaya gusto maalat. That's the secret. Kayang ano ng Bisaya. Karamihan kidney niya. It's because it's coastal town historically. Wala namang gubat sa Cebu. So it's usually the fish that provides the nutrients. Nagdatingan lang tayo dito because our forefathers, however diverse they were during their time, and even without a flag to guide them, at that time, decided to organize a government. So lahat tayo, iba-ibang kultura, iba-ibang ugali, iba-ibang salita. We decided to be one nation. One republic. There's a constitution to guide us. And there's a flag which we salute every day. It is the external manifestation of our unity. So what binds us together is really the Constitution and the flag. Once you mess up with those things, the symbols of our country, then may iba ang istorya ng bayan. My oath of office says that I have to protect the Filipino and preserve the Republic of the Philippines. That is my duty. And the long and short of yours, the same, that we have a country, a nation to protect. So let us do that. So anyway, isang daanan lang tayo. We only pass through this world but once. And when I was a student, there was this, it said they're anonymous, pero a letter found, there was an author, and it said, I expect to pass through this world but once. Any good, therefore, that I can do to any kindness that I can show to any fellow creature, let me do it now. Let me not differ or neglect it, for I shall not pass this way again. So, in 100 years, magkikita pa rin tayo. It's a primordial thing that drives a man to procreate. Of course, there is also the sex, but that is for the attraction, for two people to be together. Ang ating is, we guard our nation at tayo mag-asawa. So we have a son or daughter that would carry the seeds of your being. And your daughter or son will marry, and his son will marry, and the grandson will marry. So, perpetual, and it's there in the mind to procreate. 100 years from now, I don't know where Malacanang will be, or if this would still... Magkita-kita tayo, pero hindi tayo magkakilala. Pero alam natin na yung mga anak natin will guide us, and their sons and their generations will give us life of eternity. When shall it come to an end? Well, sa Diyos yan. It depends on how God would look at it. But at the end of time, We really do not know when is that. But as we progress each generation, meron tayong, that is the seeds of your being that you pass on to your children. So that's the essence, that is psychological backdrop of what really we would call love of country. I will not, for the life of me, ask anything that is beyond my power. Remember that. And I do not ask loyalty just because I signed the paper. Because whether you like it or not, dadating kayo saan kayo ngayon. But one thing is really sure is that I said, we have to keep this republic intact. Whether it was in Marawi or was it, I had a talk with, and I said, we can go into anything. I'm talking about the Mindanao issue. There is no assurance that this will pass the plebiscite, or plebiscite, if you may. Because apparently, yung mga Taga-Luzon, pati Visayas, are not yet convinced of the soundness of the proposal. But kaming mga taga-Mindanao, alam kasi namin, ano will go for it. So anyway, we know also the leaders. Pero ang sabi ko kasi sa kanila, kung hindi lulusot yan, do not be precipitate. There will always be another way of doing it. I can convince the people that will just give you a form of autonomy like the one granted to Hong Kong by China, or something parang ganon. Because the historical injustice is really that they were deprived of their territory. They were the first one to be there. Because if you are a Christian, you are not an original resident of Mindanao. Because Islam was ahead by almost, sabi nila, 100 years. When into Malaysia once upon a time when I was a congressman, I made a research about mga 60, 70. So by that time, lahat ng tribo doon, Maranao, Maguindanao, Iranon, were all converted to Islam. Then Magellan came and brought Christianity. So yan dyan. Pero sila talaga yung nauna. But because of the imperialism, they were conquered first by the Spaniards and the Americans. And all of us dito sa Visayas embraced Christianity. So there's really something there. It is not religion for now. It has never been, and I hope it will never be an issue. But let's try to find out something, a way out here. If we cannot have an autonomy, then I'm talking to them, yung MI pati MN. For me, during my time, I will say to you now that I cannot negotiate with terrorists. Hindi ko talaga matanggap the kind of brutality and yung paradigm nila of destruction and killing for no reason at all. So how can you deal with such kind of people? Hindi talaga, hindi magkasya. Ito namang NPA, NDF, CPP, we should expect a longer war of attrition here. But kung matapos natin during my term, I will be happy. But I am not talking to them anymore. And you did notice that in the newspapers, they are the ones demanding the resumption of the talks. And it says a lot, actually. At it says a lot na sila na mismo ang gustong makipag-usap. So what could be the reason? Well, I will not speculate. I will not insult them. Then just keep saying that I will bide my time. Maybe in the fullness of God's time, there will be a moment where we would all think, the military and the police, and you will be consulted all the way. I will never make a single na akin lang. It has to be a consensus. Maybe someday. I'm telling the communists now. But for now, because marami kasi akong sundalo, pati pulis na for no reason at all. That's why if you notice, I'm trying to prioritize. Wala namang stock. But the money is there. Ay nagreserba talaga ako na makapagbili ako ng mga sidearms. Because itong sundalo, they go out of the camp with nothing at all except their belts and shoes. At ang masakit sa akin is that they are being shot without any reason. There's no rhyme or reason really. The one that was killed earlier, kumuha lang ng pensyon nila sa land bank. They were gunned down with 73 gunshot wounds. But what really, tama yung sinabi ni, siguro ikaw ba yung secretary? Now, what broke the camel's back is they will waylay everybody. When you are there, you cannot say that you did not know, because when you set up an ambush at paputukin mo, yun na yun. When you say that you'd kill everybody there, at pati yung bata na 4 months old, it's a brazen, I'm accusing them of impunity. Ako yung sabi nila sa droga, anak ng masigura doon. Ako sabihin ko sa inyo, ha? I had only 3 messages during the campaign. It's a very short message for one. I was not really expecting also to win. Para lang ako nakikipagdebate. But I promised the bare essentials of governance. Sabi ko, there will be no graft and corruption. Will be stopped. Panahon. Second is drugs. So it's useless to debate with the human rights and everybody else. It will not stop. I am determined to wipe out the scourge of drug in this country. If I will do it alone, which kaya ko mag-isa gawin ko. To me, that is a sacred thing. I vowed to do it. And third, yung sabi ko that I'll make this country prosperous by talking to the enemies of the state. Problem is, sila ang ayaw. But, you know, as I have said, and I'll repeat it, because they are harping on it incessantly, sabi ko, I cannot give you what I do not own. So yung mga working papers nila na dinala ng iba, binigay sa akin, at saka yung pinaforward officially, mayroon isa dyan na secretly providing me with the working papers and even the conversations. It would amount, actually, in the end, at the end of the day, it's coalition. No. Alam mo itong sovereignty is one. And the one who decides what the drift would be in the sovereignty of our country, the Constitution says, are people who are elected by the people. So he might turn out to be a son of a bitch, but yun ang pinili ng tao, then is the right, is the only one who can, Congress, Supreme Court, at an executive department. They are the only ones who are the repository of governance. Kaya lang piliin ka ng tao. If you are not elected, you cannot be a part of holding that sovereignty because that is sacred. It is a gift of the people, for those who are elected, to run the country. And a coalition government, you divide sovereignty. Cannot be done. Sabi ko, if that is really the target, might as well end the talks. And with your depredations every day, sabi ko, kalukuhan na to. I will not stand for it, sabi ko. So that I decided to just So they are now considered ordinary criminals. And so if they ambush you, that's murder, multiple. If they use an explosive, use of explosive is always murder. Then it's no bail for everybody. And for those who are out temporarily, you just maybe zero in now because any day I will order for their mass arrest. Wala akong magawa eh. Ginusto ninyo addressing them to the TV. Ginusto ninyo eh. You demanded, I gave too much too soon. I know yung police military medyo may sentimento sa akin. You know, I released almost about 32. Just yung Chamson spouses. They are the ideologues of the Communist Party. Matanda na rin sila. And I can understand why they are insisting in the resumption of the talk. Well, you might be ready now. Not before. Ang problema, ako na ang ayaw na rin. Because I said, not of anything, I concede to your brilliance or whatever. You are the ideologues. But then the simple matter is really sovereignty is owned by the Filipino people and nobody else. So, and one day, I will have just stopped you arrested. You want to fight the country, create a revolution? Fine. We have been fighting you for 50 years, and we will fight again for another 50 years. That is what you want. I'll just have to prepare the country for such eventuality. Tsaka yung mga executive orders, ayaw ninyo, there's a law that would protect the Filipino people from lung cancer and everything. Ibig ka na bubuga na ninyo, tinatakot na yung mass action. Well, you try. You try, and I will show you that I am also sincere. When I say that I will arrest you and confiscate all those things that are not allowed by law, it is not mine. It has been there for so many presidents to act. Ngayon, dito sa akin, I will do it. Why? I will do it simply because it is the law. Ayaw ninyo, well, then, we can always prepare for that eventuality. In the meantime, kayo mayan ang nauna-una dyan, you always insist on the rule of law, we will follow the law. And if you don't, then the simple thing is to arrest you and place you in prison. If you come out with violent resistance, you place in danger the lives of people and the soldiers and the police, we will answer the appropriate action. That is my message to the Communist Party of the Philippines. But to you guys, the soldiers of the Republic, I said it once again, maraming salamat sa serbisyo ninyo sa bayan. I'm just one of those passing by. But really, in my time, you will have everything you need. Yan ang pangako ko kay Dilbin. You know, si Secretary Lorenzana, matagal ko ng kaibigan. He brought in the 2nd Ranger Battalion sa kilala na kami. Then there was si Gas, pumunit sa iyo na Ariola ang ambos ng komunista. Inabangan talaga nila yun sa ano. He was also a good friend of mine. I've always been a friend of people, military or police na na-assign sa... Kaya yung mga, yung komunista ako, kalimutan. Politika lang yan. Pagbuto mo, kasali ng NPA dyan, sundalo, police, NPA, civilian, barangay captain. Numero yan eh. But, nandito na ako sa itaas. I said, there are things which I cannot concede because simply I cannot do it. And that is my message to all of you. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, for those inspiring words. We shall now proceed with the photo-taking opportunity, which will be done in 3 different batches. May we now invite the first batch from the Philippine Army and the Technical Administrative Service to please proceed on stage. In the meantime, may we ask the second batch from the Philippine Air Force to kindly prepare for your photo-taking opportunity. For the rest, kindly take your seats. Thank you. Thank you very much. Kindly exit to your right. May we now invite the second batch from the Philippine Air Force on stage for your photo-taking opportunity. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. May we now call on the members of the second batch from the Philippine Air Force for their photo opportunity. We kindly ask the third batch from the Philippine Navy to please prepare for your photo opportunity. Thank you. Thank you. Indeed, a wonderful Wednesday. Kindly exit to your right. May we now invite the third batch from the Philippine Navy on stage for their photo opportunity with the President. Thank you very much. May we kindly ask our officers to please exit to your right. Thank you, Mr. President. And congratulations again to our newly appointed officials. On that note, we conclude our oath-taking ceremonies this afternoon. We would like to request everyone to please remain inside the hall until the President has left. On this note, we would like to thank the President again and congratulate all of our newly appointed officials. Thank you. Maraming salamat po. At this point, we would like to invite our guests to partake of the refreshments prepared for you located at the side of Rizal Hall. Thank you, maraming salamat po, and congratulations.
Attorney sa Monte Villanueva.
Yes, Sir Honor.
At yung dissenting opinion po ninyo, yung ayaw nyo i-grant yung benefits na yon, nasa second memorandum po. Kayong tatlo pa rin na ayaw recommending for the denial of these benefits.
Yes, Your Honor.
And two of you come from the office of the Chief Justice.
That's correct, Your Honor. But if I may qualify,
And Attorney
yung memo po namin na, Your Honor, it was not prepared after
Hindi pa tapos
the first.
ang nagtatanong, nagkwa-qualify
Sorry.
ka na po.
Clarifying lang po.
And Attorney Papa Gombio, you are now the Deputy Court Administrator.
Deputy Clerk
sorry.
of Court po.
Kasi, ikaw kasi at Court Administrator, Marquez, you've been pushing for the survivorship benefits 271 times. You are now the Deputy Clerk of Court, on which the present Clerk of Court is on an extended tour of duty, for which at any time, extension na ngayon, kakailanganin ng bagong Clerk of Court. Tama po ba? Is that right, Madam Clerk of Court?
Yes, Your Honor. It will be chosen by the N-Bank.
Okay, so thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
You were saying something, Justice Marquez?
I just wanted to clarify that they submitted simultaneously but different dates, the memoranda. Yun po yung reflected sa decision ni Justice Martirez. So it may appear that it was submitted on different dates but actually dated differently lang but submitted simultaneously.
How many days are involved between the simultaneous submission and the different dates? Yung different dates, ilang araw yan?
Your Honor,
If I could recall the submission, it's about 6 days.
mga ganun lang po. Opo. Nandun po sa second paragraph ng ponensya ni Justice Martirez yun.
June 23 yung Memorandum A, at saka July 6 yung Memorandum B.
Okay. Attorney Gadon?
Yes, Your Honor. Correct me if I'm wrong, Your Honor, but I understand that as a complainant and resource person, I am also allowed to cross-examine witnesses. Is that correct, Your Honor?
No,
Well, that's. I was made to understand, Your Honor, that if Chief Justice would also appear here, she will be allowed to cross-examine me, and I can also cross-examine the witnesses, Your Honor.
Attorney
Because there are questions, Your Honor, that I want
Chairman,
let me respond to that. Attorney
Yes,
Gadon, we are now at the stage of determination of probable cause. Parang nasa fiscal hearing tayo. Okay? Ang fiscal ang nagtatanong. Kung may gusto kang itanong, i-course mo sa fiscal. Sino ang fiscal? Marami po kami.
Yes, Your Honor.
So
I
yung
submit.
yung respondent, kung gusto rin niya na magtanong, ipapasa sa maraming kasama ng committee. Yun po.
Yes, Your Honor. In which case, Your Honor, I have submitted some questions that can be propounded, Your Honor, to the witness, Your Honor.
Okay,
But there are also other...
marami kasing dapat itanong dito para masubaybayan yung mga maliligaw tayo ng landas.
Mr. Chairman, and let this be clear that in committee hearings in Congress, the rule is only members of the committee can propound question. Even congressmen who are not members of this committee cannot propound questions. It is only the members of this committee and the ex officio members.
Then I submit, Your Honor.
Okay, from the chair, nakalista po ako doon, kaya lang konting-konti lang ito para hindi lang tayo maligaw ng landas. Any among you, no? My questions are directed to any among Justice Marquez, Attorney Gumbio, Attorney Fabian. Kung may medyo konting mali yung sinasabi ng isa, kindly correct him or her. Number one, itong Deputy Clerk of Court in Bank, Attorney Papa Gumbio, paano ka napili na Deputy Clerk?
I applied po and the court through the division chairpersons appointed me po.
When you say division chairperson, ang Chief Justice po ito?
Bali po si Chief Justice and the two division chairpersons at Justice Carpio and Justice Velasco po.
So yung tatlong mga
Senior po.
unanimous sila?
That's what I received po.
And you were appointed when?
I just refer to my service record po. So as Deputy Clerk of Court and Bank po, I was appointed 2016 po.
Before that, you were with what?
I have served only one Chief Justice po, no? And then after po, no, since 1999, I have been with the Clerk of Court and Bank po, Office of the Clerk of Court and Bank.
Okay. Attorney Fabian, I understand that you came from a real estate company and you came in what year?
2013 po, Your Honor.
2013, and you applied with the Office of the Chief Justice or with the Clerk of Court?
I just sent my letter application, Your Honor. And,
To?
I addressed it to the Chief Justice because that's where I am applying.
That's exactly my question. Bakit
Yes po.
ipapano? Idiretso mo na.
Hindi
You
ko po
applied with
kasi
the Chief
alam ang
Justice.
proseso, Justice.
You applied with the Chief Justice, correct?
Yes po.
Okay. Ito yung problema natin. Ano? Batas muna ang anuhin ko, tatalakayin ko. If you have a copy of the Constitution, kindly refer to it. Section 1, second paragraph. Judicial power includes the duty of the courts of justice to settle actual controversies involving rights which are legally demandable and enforceable. Katulad nitong survivorship claims. Okay? As they are anchored on Republic Act 9946. Okay? And to determine whether or not there has been a grave abuse of discretion amounting to lack or excess of jurisdiction on the part of any branch or instrumentality of the government. Justice Marquez, ang survivorship claim, sabi mo, pag lower, first and second level judges, pinapasa sa inyo.
Tama po yun.
Sa office mo.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then from there, it goes direct
To the Office of the Clerk of Court and Bank.
Office of the Clerk of Court and Bank. Ito parang internal claim ito. Does not involve another agency. Supreme Court lang.
Yes, Your Honor, kasi po RA 910 as amended by 9946
Okay.
for justices and judges.
Okay. Now, walang pagkakaiba itong RA 910 at RA 9946 sa SSS law at saka GSIS law on retirement. Is that correct?
I'm not very familiar, Your Honor. I'm sorry with the SSS law and GSIS law.
Okay. Yung SSS law, private sector employees are entitled to retirement benefits. They file it with the Social Security Commission, GSIS on the part of the government sector. Kaya kung tinatanong ko ito, because we have Republic Act 101541. This is dated, approved, in fact, on July 14, 2011. Ang implementing rules requirement is in Section 6, which says, the Civil Service Commission, after consultation and coordination with the government agencies and or instrumentalities affected by this act, including but not limited to the GSIS, Pag-ibig Fund, the Constitutional Commissions, the legislature, and the judiciary, as well as the Office of the Government Corporate Council and the Department of Interior Local Government, shall promulgate and issue the appropriate rules and regulations for the proper implementation of this act. Tanong ko po, nagbigay ba kayo, nag-issue ba on the part of the judiciary ng implementing rules?
Members of the House Justice Committee continue to question
RA 101541. Any among you, Justice Marquez, Attorney Gombio, Attorney Fabian.
I am not aware of any, Your Honor.
Okay. Because the importance of this law is that it says that the Section 2, period for release of retirement benefits. The head of the government agency concerned, the President and other responsible officers of the government service insurance system, the President and other responsible officers of the Home Development Mutual Fund, meaning Pag-ibig, and or the Secretary and other responsible officers of the Department of Budget and Management shall ensure the release of the retirement pay, pensions, gratuities, and other benefits of a retiring government employee within a period of 30 days from the date of the actual retirement of said employee, provided that all requirements are submitted to the concerned government agency at least 90 days prior to the effective date of retirement, provided further that in case of GSIS, it shall pay the retirement benefits of the retiring employee on his/her last day of his/her service to the government pursuant to the GSIS Charter. Ito pong may provision dito. Halimbawa, magtatagal, mandate sa Section 3, kasi may pending case. In the case of retiring government employees with pending cases and whose retirement benefits are being lawfully withheld due to possible pecuniary liability, the head of the agency where such case is pending shall ensure that the said case shall be terminated and or resolved within a period of 3 months from the date of the retirement of the concerned employee, provided that in case the government agency fails to terminate and or resolve the case within the said period without any justifiable reason, the retirement benefits due to the employee shall be immediately released to him or her without prejudice to the ultimate resolution of the case, except when the delay is deliberately caused by the retiring employee. So, I am giving this as an overarching legal basis in proceeding with my interpellation. Ganito ang mandate po ng Kongreso in Republic Act 10154. Okay, dito sa testimony early on ni Justice Marquez, sinasabi po niya na from 2010 up to 2016, wala pong problema. Is that correct? Or 2015? 2015. Walang problema ang survivorship claims. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
In fact, 271 ang naproseso na walang problema.
Tama po yun.
Yung 271 na yan na claims were processed through different cases.
All different cases po yan, 271 different cases.
Okay. Different cases na covered ng decisions, separate decisions ng Supreme Court and Bank. Is that correct?
Tama po yun. May kanya-kanya pong docket number yan.
Okay. So, yung 271 cases na yan would have been enough to already help any agency for that matter on how to process the claim, kung tama ito o hindi. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, because that would be the prevailing jurisprudence.
Correct. And then under the operative fact doctrine, halimbawa, sinabi ng Supreme Court and Bank, ito ay ibibigay mo kung ang sitwasyon ng claim niya ay ganito. At ito naman ay hindi mo ibibigay kung ang sitwasyon ay ganito dahil hindi ito tugma sa batas. Tama po ba yun?
Tama po yun.
At ibinigay yung 271 covering different situations dahil tama yun.
Yes, sir. Different applications, different individuals.
It would have been, para bang si pinagsabihan ang Office ng Court Administrator at saka yung Special Committee on Retirement and Civil Service Benefits na parang, ano ito, cut and paste ang sitwasyon. Under the operative fact doctrine, ang operative fact doctrine kasi ganito. Laws are basically passed by Congress. But the Supreme Court, under the Constitution, has the authority to lay down another set of laws. Well, others call it judicial legislation, but I call it tama na judicial decision. Be it a judicial legislation, wala tayong magagawa because the Supreme Court is supreme, especially if it is not in error. Okay? Kaya, kailan effective yung decision ng Korte Suprema, it is upon entry of judgment. Tama po ba?
Tama
kayo,
po.
Attorney Fabian, kayong dalawa, yung iba, Attorney Fabian, Attorney Gombio, tama yon, yung operative fact doctrine. Hello?
Yes, Your Honor, but, okay, I want to qualify, but...
Ano yung, sige, paano qualify? Educate me.
With respect po to the issue at hand, the survivorship pension benefits.
Ang prinsipyo lang po muna tayo ng
yun na po,
operative
opo.
fact doctrine. Iniisa-isa ko. Magsabay tayo sa paglalakad.
Opo.
Tama yun?
Tama naman po, opo, Your Honor.
Okay.
And I submit.
When actually is the decision of the Supreme Court considered as operative? From promulgation of the first decision, promulgation of the resolution on motion for reconsideration, kailan?
As long as that decision has not been reversed, that is the operative fact already takes effect po.
When will be your reckoning
Except
point sa hindi pa siya nare-reverse?
Well, for judicial cases po, it's really entry of judgment po. For admin po, there's no entry of judgment.
Are you saying that itong mga decisions sa survivorship claims, they are not entered? Wala kayong entry of
Wala
judgment
pong
dyan?
entry of judgment po
So wala
dyan.
po itong entry of judgment.
Wala po.
And so anong reckoning point natin ng finality nila?
As soon as unless it is otherwise stated, the effectivity is really from the time that the court promulgates the decision or the resolution.
15 days after denial of the motion for reconsideration or what?
Ganito po kasi, in administrative cases po, we've seen po, ang sinasabi po ng court, effective na po yun as soon as they promulgate po the decision. So katulad po naman pag may suspension po, the suspension already takes effect as soon as the court resolves as soon as the court issues the resolution. Unless hanggang ma-reverse po siya.
Iba kasi yung suspension. Kasi mga TRO, mga injunction, as a rule, no? Under Section 6, Rule 139, meron tayong entry of judgment kasi yung regular cases and tinitingnan mo kailan ang date of entry. So, enforceability there does not come about from the time of its finality, not even at the time judgment was entered, but on the date of the entry of judgment. Yun po, di ba? Okay. Tuloy ako. Itong 271, libre ito dahil wala pa tayong Special Committee on Retirement and Civil Service Benefits, chaired by Attorney Gombio. Ganun po ba?
Po, Your Honor.
And tanong lang po, Deputy Clerk of Court and Bank Gombio is chairperson sa Special Committee on Retirement and Civil Service Benefits. Attorney Jocelyn Fabian is chairperson of the Technical Working Group, Special Committee on Retirement and Civil Service Benefits. Sino sa inyo ang mas mataas ang ranggo? Kasi pareho kayo chairpersons eh.
Sa structure po ng committee po, so there's the committee po yung talagang nasa taas po, then we ask the creation of the two to the TWGs po. So they really report to the committee po.
And dalawa kasi ang TWG ninyo, screening and legal. Both are headed by Attorney Fabian.
Your Honor, this has been agreed by the committee to recommend the creation of the two TWGs with the respective compositions po. And the two TWGs have different functions po.
Sandali, hindi kita makuha doon. Itong Special Committee on Retirement and Civil Service Benefits, created ito ng Court and Bank, right?
Created by the court through the division chairpersons po.
Created nino?
Created po, basically it's created by the court but exercised with the delegated powers of the three division chairpersons.
So hindi to Court and Bank.
Hindi po, because the court has already delegated the power to create committees to the three division chairpersons.
And you have a document on that?
Yes po. It's I don't have it now, but it's in AM number 991208SC. It's also in the internal rules.
And the three chairpersons ng three divisions ng Supreme Court ang nag-create nito.
Based on the memo order po, yes po.
I will not be talking about undue delegation of authority dahil pera ito ng bayan. Let me first, when I was with the Court of Appeals, I was a member of the Judiciary Committee on Budget. Kaya nag-a-appear ako dito sa Kongreso. Nakikita kami ni Justice Marquez. Article 6, Section 29, Paragraph 1 provides ng Constitution, no money shall be spent out of the Treasury unless appropriated by Congress. And then, Section 25, paragraph 1 says, the Office of the President submits a proposed budget. Congress can decrease but not increase. Doon sa proposed budget na binibigay ng Office of the President, na isasama na yung budget ng judiciary. Is that correct, Attorney Marquez? Justice Marquez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, doon sa budget na yan, pagdating kasi sa Court of Appeals, nakalagay dyan kung magkano ang kailangang budget para sa retirees, para sa survivors. Is that correct, Attorney Justice Marquez?
As far as I remember, that's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. So, itong pera na ito, ibinigay ng Kongreso para ipamigay sa mga claimants. Yung legal na claimants. And now, according to you, after 2015, nagkaroon tayo ng super agency sa Supreme Court. Let me just call it a super agency for lack of proper word to use. At ito na yung Special Committee on Retirement and Civil Service Benefits with the intention na yung pagkamabagal ng Office of the Court Administrator mapabilis naman ang processing at ang pagtanggap ng mga claimants ng kanilang benefits. Is that correct, Justice Marquez?
I think, Your Honor, that is indicated in the whereas clauses in the creation of the committee.
Ang pagkakaiba lang po, first level, second level judges, sa'yo ipinapasok ang claims. Justices, like Court of Appeals sa Digang Bayan, idinidiretso na sa Special Committee on Retirement Civil Service Benefits. Is that correct? After 2015.
After po, when the committee was created po, ganun pa rin po, the retirement po of the justices are also sent to the Office of the Clerk of Court and Bank for raffle. And then based on the memo order po, they are received by that committee po for evaluation. Sorry po. Sorry po, Court had said you might be asked